Very few things can be said to be certain in life. We have the certainty of taxes, we have the certainty of death, and more importantly, we have the certainty of Game Pass delivering some ridiculously great day one releases. Ever since it was made available back in June 2017, Game Pass has become an expert on turning doubters into believers, slowly shifting the industry into a different kind of business and becoming a highlight of one of the best Xbox E3 showcases ever. We still have a few days to go for the end of this year's first half. Game Pass subscribers are yet to play Dungeons & Dragons, Dark Alliance and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, which will become available in late June, the latter being a part of EA Play. But they're already wondering how in the world they'll be able to play everything the service will have to offer in July and August. Yeah, just July and August. Microsoft usually announces new games joining Game Pass every 2 weeks, but we already know some of the additions for the next couple of months. And be prepared, starting on July 20th, there'll be at least one new release joining the catalogue on day one. First up, on July 20th, we have Cris Tales. Announced during E3 2019, this is the first game by the indie Colombian studio Dream Incorporated, and was originally slated for a late 2020 release on Xbox One, only to be delayed to 2021 later on, while also adding a next-gen version. Cris Tales is described as an indie love letter to classic JRPGs with a new perspective. You can peer into the past, act in the present, and watch as your choices dynamically change the future, all in one screen as you play. Beautifully hand-drawn 2D animations bring to life a world where your choices will change both the present and the future across the more than 20 hours of gameplay promised by the developers. And let's be honest, how can we not get hyped with a game that claims to be a tribute to classics like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy and Persona? On July 27th, we're going to be taking to the skies. We're technically cheating with this one as it was released for Windows 10 PCs last August, but I'm sure you don't mind. After all, it's impressive how a game like Microsoft Flight Simulator will be able to run on a $500 machine or a $300 machine if you have the Series S. Besides being able to experience the same level of depth and complexity currently available on PC on their home consoles, players can also look forward to a one-of-a-kind free expansion based on the upcoming Top Gun Maverick movie releasing on November 19th. The sky is calling indeed. On July 29th, we have the Ascent. This one has been pretty much on everybody's radar since it was revealed during the May 2020 Inside Xbox showcase last year. The Ascent is a solo and co-op action RPG set in a cyberpunk world where the mega corporation that owned you and everyone else has collapsed. Originally announced as an Xbox Series X and S launch title, the game was another victim of delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, but it is now very close to release, and we can feel it coming. Next up, we have Lemnis Gate. Most of the games in this list have been announced a long time ago, but Lemnis Gate is an exception to this rule. It was only last week that this game was announced to be coming to Xbox, and it's already joining the Game Pass catalogue on August 3rd. Lemnis Gate is a turn-based combat strategy FPS taking place in a time loop, and at the start of each 25-second round, you'll pick one of 7 operatives with a unique set of skills. Whatever actions you take within that round are then locked in, and repeat each round until the end of the match. Interesting. On August 13th, we also have Hades. Originally released last year for PC and Nintendo Switch, Hades was one of the nominees for 2020's Game of the Year, and now, if you're a Game Pass subscriber, you can play it for no extra cost when it releases on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S on August 13th. This is the first game from developer Supergiant Games to be released on an Xbox console since 2011's Bastion, which curiously was an Xbox console exclusive for a long time during a period in which indies were not as big as they are now. Taking the risk of asking for too much. Can we please have Transistor on Xbox now, Supergiant? Next up, on August 19th, we have 12 Minutes, an ambitious narrative-driven game developed by Luis Antonio, former artist from Rockstar Games and Ubisoft that left these companies to pursue independent game development. The game was announced 6 years ago, and as the years went by, the hype surrounding it only got bigger. Inspired by movies like The Shining and Groundhog Day, with voice acting provided by James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley and Willem Dafoe, 12 Minutes is one of the most anticipated games of the year. Next up, on August 25th, we have Psychonauts II, the sequel to the 2005 cult classic. Directed once again by industry legend Tim Schafer, the game has been in development since before Double Fine Productions joined the Xbox family. This is, in fact, yet another game from the Xbox Game Studios to be released in 2021, joining Age of Empires 4, Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5. Explore unique environments using Raz's ability to dive into people's brains to battle their inner demons, unlock hidden memories and resolve their emotional baggage when the game releases on August 25th. Whew, that was a lot, and this is only what we know is coming. After all, we're still in June, so more things are bound to be announced. Not to mention everything scheduled to join the service from September onwards. The Gunk, Origami 2, Scorn, Back 4 Blood, Forza Horizon 5, Halo Infinite. If this year's Xbox E3 showcase is anything to go by, this onslaught of games is going to become more and more common. But as a Game Pass subscriber, it's something we get to just enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, stick around to XboxEra, hit that subscribe button so that we can notify you when we drop some fresh content. And we'll see you next time.